Good evening, everybody. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday. Yeah, it's been a long week, and thank God tomorrow's Friday, and hopefully most of you have taken Monday off, so then it's a long naweek. Lekker, lekker. Yes, welcome, everybody. I see you've got a couple of new viewers. Excellent, excellent. We've also got Tracey in the house, so we're going to add Tracey now. Hello, Trace.
Hi.
And Tracey resides in also the Western Cape. Marvelous place. A lot of the viewers are from the Western Cape. I think Cape Townians are a lot more open-minded, and this is a topic that there's no discrimination here. This is a judgment-free zone, just to have you know. I've always wanted to know about what makes people get involved with fetishes, what goes about it, what are they, different kinds, and yeah, just a little bit about that. Hello, PJ. Hello, Niku. Hello, Sa. I can't even pronounce it. Can you pronounce it? Kuza. Yes.
Yes. It looks like samosa.
Okay, can I call you? No. I don't want to call him samosa. Ashley, Amy. Hello, Amy. Yes, so welcome, guys. So we're going to delve into this topic. And I think to kick us off, literally, we're gonna. You missed. I don't know. We're gonna start with a sort of a pony play of something I found. At first, I found it literally like hysterical, but we'll delve into it. Sort of why someone would like to be handled like that. So I don't know if TG is gonna play it. Sort of behind the scenes. I'll be chatting while we go into it, obviously. But if people in the comments, if you've got stories to share, please, if you want my attention, type at Rebellious Ruth, and then it will highlight it, and then I'll be able to read your question. So here the video is starting. Okay, you see this little carriage, this little buggy, and look at that. There's not horse feet. Check.
There's just so much to unravel here.
There's some dude, and this is in America, and I think the second or the first country. Go! Yeah!
Oh, it's like a full-on equestrian thing.
Yes.
Dress on and all.
Giddy up! Go!
Full canter.
Yeah. Gonna be trotting. Ooh, there was a slam. Is he gonna make? Oh no, he doesn't quite handle it. Is he gonna handle it? So yes, that was a bit of fun. Okay, TG, you can cut it now. But yeah, we'll probably play it in the background. I don't know, it's hysterical, so they can play in the background. So Nico tells, this seems very close to furries. Okay, for me and my non-educated self, what is furries, Nico? Now, I think I've heard the term before. And Brandon says first world problems. Yeah, we are allowed to speak here. Please, guys. Yeah, Sam goes, that is so bizarre. No, I think it goes about being controlled. I think if you can search the video. I know I posted it in our chat, in our group. By the way, if anyone wants to join our group, we share jokes, we share some stories, we keep it light. We're trying to stay away from the whole like D -120 whatever thing. Like we just keep it light and funny and try and motivate each other. So yeah, what is it? What is furries? I don't know what furries are. Is that when you're turned on by animals? Is that it, Nikonel? I don't know. But anyway, so I think it's about being bondage and being controlled. I think some people like to be controlled like that. Some people like to imagine themselves in another animal's like behavior and just take themselves out of their place. I don't know. What do you think, Trace?
I think the expression of being carefree. I think that's got a lot to do with it. Where some people I know have fetishes about being dressed up as a baby and just crawling around and just being carefree. I don't know what it
Or
is,
being
but
looked after like a baby, like you obviously
being
didn't feel nurtured.
yeah, the whole nurturing thing maybe. Yeah, I mean, to the regular folk, it may be a bit bizarre, but it's no judgment here.
No
But
judgment. This is a judgment-free zone, people.
yeah, but it's odd. It seems odd.
Now, I said to
I'm
my
not
son,
judging, but it can seem a bit odd if you dress up as a horse and giddy up. Here you go.
and they put on the latex and they've got the face mask
They've
and
got the
they
syrups and everything.
yeah, stirrups and what's it,
Hold on.
reins and bit,
Yeah,
and some
big
say they even
old
use
lady.
plugs in places.
What happened?
What's
Oh,
wrong?
what happened?
What, as someone in the, I think it's the goat, what's it, the mountain goat asked me on the group, what childhood trauma caused that?
It could be trauma, I think, or it could even be something takes you back to a time when you were just over the moon happy and experienced just that extreme euphoria. Oxytocins were going, euphoria was going, adrenaline was going, and I think people who tend to go for these fetishes wanted it takes them back to that moment in their life where they experienced all those emotions of bliss, I guess is what you call it.
Yeah, no.
I'm mumbling maybe, but how?
Okay, Sanaki B. Brandon, please start with the explanation of what is a fetish. Okay, so obviously a fetish is something that you delve into that generally turns you on or makes you feel less anxious or comfortable within an environment that you do that can either turn you on sexually or stimulate the brain and calm you, etc. So I think that's sort of a definition of fetish. I don't know if I got it right, but that would seem right to me. Oh, yes, here we go. A strong and unusual need or desire for something. A need or desire for an object, body part, or activity for sexual excitement. An object that is believed to have magical powers. Ooh, wow.
So it's not just obsession, it is maybe just a notch up.
Right. But don't you think South Africans are very, very conservative? Like, I've never met anyone who says, well, I spoke to a friend when I was obviously after Tuesday night when my guest was not going to come on. They had work issues, obviously. And I spoke to her and she confided in me that she gets turned on by animal stuff. Like, and then you think, what the F? But remember at school when we were, okay, our age group,
Yeah.
when we were at school, they'd put on the projector and they'd show the like geographic video wildlife where you see a male lion going onto a lioness and the lioness sort of growling at him and that whole play of like that mating ritual. Like she said, those sounds, the lioness growling turns her on. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, I never thought about that. And I suppose that also check the thing. Like some people watch these things and they get turned on. And I suppose that could be a bit of voyeurism. I think me personally, I don't know if I'd like to watch people. Like obviously porn is one thing, but I don't know if I'd like to physically watch people. I think, yeah, it's still on my to-do list in that area, but I don't think so. I don't know. I'm still a bit nervous.
It takes special kind of confidence to those kind of live sex shows that they have in Amsterdam. To walk in and actually go and sit there and be comfortable in yourself to actually watch it. I think it takes quite a confident, probably not confidence, but an assured person to go and actually sit and watch that and be, I don't know, interested, amused,
turned on.
Yeah.
on. So I know, look, I've been to, what's that place
That
called?
probably explains why they were one of the first cities to legalize dope.
Yes.
All those shows.
I've been to one of those strip clubs, and I must tell you, while I was sitting there, and I love the female form. I think the female form is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't think any woman is ugly. I think, and TG's getting very worried of late. He's like, are you sure you're not gay? No, I'm not, and I'm not bi yet. He might make me think otherwise, I must be honest. But and I literally was sitting watching this show, and this one particular, it wasn't busy. So obviously I think this stripper was trying to make contact with me and thought, oh well, let's try my luck, maybe I get a good tip. And I was a student, so I was broke as anything, but I literally phoned my booty call and said, guess what, I'm coming over tonight. It did something to me. It definitely did. I was definitely like
aroused is the
aroused
word.
no definitely. I see. Brett Sessoms asks, is adultery illegal in South Africa? I don't think it's illegal. It's just,
it's not illegal. It's immoral.
Immoral.
Yeah. But not illegal as far as I know. Dubai, I think they've slacked the laws now as far as I know.
Is it?
But obviously the more stricter countries like North Korea.
Listen, you can't breathe in North Korea without a freaking permit. Let's be real.
Can't exhale out the rear either. Yeah.
To watch is the voyeur. Yes, to watch is the voyeur.
Voyeurism, yeah.
Voyeurism. Yeah, that I learned. So that I learned. And then there's some other, so we've discussed animal sound. So you get one called sploshing. And what sploshing is, now get this. Now, if you were a kid and you like to play with food, so it's like taking your partner and literally having a food fight. But you've got to plan it, okay? So you obviously do it in the bath or the shower. And you've got to plan it like 9.5 weeks kind of style, but not as sexy as 9.5 weeks. This is sort of more messy, where you take like yogurt and custard and chocolate mousse, or
I couldn't. I lived in an era where sushi on my. Oh no, I couldn't. Even when I try to, some parents like to wean their kids in their feeding chairs, where they just put a tray in front of them and just leave out all the food, spaghetti bolognese and peas and whatnot. I couldn't do it. That's where I realized I've got a bit of an A-type personality, where I just like freaked out, and it's like, no, this is going to be a lot to clean up. I really couldn't.
No, sure. I see. Don't we talk about more arousal points and things? Okay, we can get to that if you want to.
Warming up slowly.
Yeah, we're getting there. We'll get there. This is she wants to get right to the point. Literally,
she's impatient.
So sploshing is literally people, and they say like if you plan it, so you can have custard and then move along to something sticky like honey, and obviously first have jelly, because jelly's like got an oil. I don't know if it's got an oil thing, but she just mentioned it's not. So
it's gelatin. It melts on you.
Yes, and then the honey is easier to clean. But this is a judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
And then and so 9.5 weeks, I think food is arousing. I once did something with an ex-boyfriend. TMI there. It melted. It was a disaster. Thank God I never got a yeast infection. No, but but yeah, so like it's Stanachi. How do you read that? Stanachi B. Like, I have been married forever, but still don't say what I really want to say. Ooh. No, listen, I'm very, if I'm not.
That's a different conversation.
It is a different conversation. But I think, especially for women, there's nothing worse than the guy literally missing the mark, if you get my meaning.
Yeah. And that said, there's nothing more empowering than telling a guy what you want either.
Yes.
I think that is the most empowering thing. One of the a short list of very empowering thing that a woman can actually do, I think.
Right.
Mm.
No, it is. I mean, and it's about trust, and it shouldn't. I think guys try so hard, and look, some guys just have a knack, and I mean, what works with one guy might not work with another guy, and what some guys have worked with a girl might not work with another girl. We are all different, and it's important to have a conversation with your partner. What do you like? Do you like it soft? Do you like it hard? Do you like it slow? Do you like it fast? These are important conversations to have, because if you're not having these conversations, you're not A, connecting, and B, getting really physically.
Mm. And vocalizing your likes and dislikes, there's different ways of communicating what you want. You can use your body language, you can, in the moment, you can grunt, you can like, it doesn't have to say, I do not like it when you do X, Y, and Z. It doesn't have to be as explicit, but you can body language it. Be
Yes.
subtle. If you're not confident enough to, or you feel you may offend someone, you can body language it out. You don't necessarily have to get
Yes,
straight to the point.
vocalize it, and then the guy sort of gets
Backs
turned
up, because usually men don't like critique very much, so they often just get the backup. So
yes, men are very defensive when it comes to it, and I don't know why. Yes, I don't know why. Okay, right. So Brandon says we going off topic, but okay, fine.
Sorry,
So
Brandon.
splashing, things that like piercings. Like some people love piercings, some people like the feeling of being pierced, some people actually like the feeling of piercing themselves. Like they want to do the actual piercing.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
But I know in primary school we would sometimes get needles and just gently, just get into the first layer of the skin, and then the needle would stick there. That was always like, ooh, I didn't feel that. That was weird, but it's never become more than that.
Thank God.
It was a fascination.
So okay, fine. So okay, so there's the piercings. I like I said a while ago, I actually love watching pimple poppers. And for me, and that's another one where you like, there's a medical fetish as well. Wait, where's my yes, medical examine fetish. So I don't know if mine's too much like that, but where it's role play. But I think I love squeezing a juicy whitehead. Oh, there's nothing better. But I don't know if that's sexual or it's just something I enjoy doing.
I think it's a woman thing. I think a lot of women either like plucking a stray hair, or it's the squeezing. It's like, here we go, and then boom, it goes.
Yeah.
There's something about that. I will send you some links for great websites on YouTube for
pimple pop. Yes. All in Thai.
They're fantastic. They get straight to it. There's no warm, cushy story behind the victim lying there. Yes. They just go for it.
Ach, lekker. I see Ronaldo Ghost is here. Good evening, meneer. Nice to see you joining us. Cool. Lekker. Yes. Okay, so that's piercings. Ronaldo, do you know of any crazy fetishes there down in where you're again? PE. PE, I'm sure, has a huge underground fetish community. I'm sure there's one here in Pretoria as well. But as South Africans, like I was saying, we're very conservative. Very.
Yes. Another thing usually happen behind closed doors. Yeah.
Another thing that I found that people are doing is that they're making fetish furniture for people. Yeah. So they will make the baby chair, like we saw just now about the baby photos and the diapers and all of that. So they will make a big, so it's like a massive bar stool, but it looks like a baby chair.
So you feel like Alice in Wonderland.
Yes. And that then you can be fed and all this sort of thing. Or they'll make a cot or a changing table, or they'll even make bondage beds where you can tie straps to, and you can experiment like that. So this is, and I think it would be a great business for here in South Africa. I could definitely see myself doing that. Yes.
Brendan asked something interesting earlier. He wants to know if we've got any fetishes and how it plays out into our relationships.
I'm just getting into my naughty 40s. I'm not adverse to anything. No, well, some things are. Listen, I don't want to dress up like a horse and put a butt plug of a tail in
Or a
my.
nurse.
But yeah, I could dress up in a sexy nurse outfit or a teacher outfit. Or I love dressing up. I do. I haven't really dressed up in the bedroom. I have a short dark wig that I once tricked TG when we were dating, because I used to see him like once a week. And the one night he rocked up and I had the short black hair, and he thought I'd cut my hair. And he, TG, were you turned on? I can't remember. I think you were. Hey, yeah, he was.
It comes up from TG.
And then I whacked it off, and did that sound like, never mind. Never
Neither here nor there.
And yeah, it was fake. So, and I still love long hair. I think for me anyway, long hair is important, and that's also a fetish. Things like braids, ponytails, dress up, wigs, glasses. I mean, some men, I'll never forget, there was a British guy here visiting me. We were trying to do the long distance, see if it would work thing. He looked at an African form, the large rear, the large derriere, and he was absolutely blown away. He couldn't believe that was someone's derriere, this round buttocks, sort of that you could rest a small table on, like a tea set. Like, I think for him, he would have loved to have had a tea tray and a cup of tea and had his tea on someone's buttocks. He was truly fascinated by it.
Okay.
So, yes, Sanakibi, I'm preparing for naughty 40s. I don't know, I'm getting there. At least I'm being open-minded. And again, this is a non-judgment free zone.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we've also got the latex and the leathers.
I think that is that tightness. I know some people like that tightness. It makes them feel safe, or it just makes them feel, I don't know, it makes them feel almost like Wonder Woman-ish. Who knows?
Yes, so Tracy's got a story about feet, and so is Amy. I think Amy also mentioned she's got a story about feet. But talking about that, there's a fetish called vacuumism, where they literally.
I've heard about this.
Okay, yes, where you are in the latex, but
Yes.
you go into like literally a latex bag, and then
they suck their ear out.
Yes, and you have a piece for your mouth, and then they suck out all the air, and it sucks you like a sealed Woolies fish.
Yeah, like a vacuum packed piece of biltong heading to London. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
And people like it. People lose their anxiety, and people.
No, that'll send me into a very anxious space.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't. I'd feel like I'm going to be murdered. But again, it's probably about trust in your partner and building the connection. Okay, so you want to tell your story?
Making sure everybody understands what your safe word is.
Yeah, have a safe word in the comments. Who's got safe words? I've never thought about it really. Have I? Maybe once in a goofy state.
I'm at a birth, when I photograph births, whenever I say to my clients before the time, if you want me to leave the room and not have to explain, just say pineapple. So that's my work safe word.
Okay, work.
Pineapple. Yeah.
So tell your feet story. Tell your feet story.
So I've got a friend who's a bit of an incredible runner. She's an athlete of note. And she's got really nice defined feet. So we were out on a ladies' night one night, and at a Cuban restaurant, and this old man came to her, but really, you've got nice feet. It was a bit creepy. Yeah, okay. And then she said, yeah, it kind of happens a lot. And she was wearing nice sandals that, just, very flattering. And this whole night, this guy was looking at her like, you can see him tilt his neck and stretch, just to get a look at her feet. And actually, towards the end of the night, he asked her, can I touch them?
Did she allow him to?
No. She's very conservative, and she just said, I don't think my husband will like that very much.
So I know of a story
That was,
where
yeah.
some guy offered a woman to basically send photos of her feet for exchange for like member pics, right?
Yeah.
And like I'm sure there must be a website for that, like
I'm sure.
feet.com or something where you can literally, but I suppose if you just Google feet and you look at images, you could see loads and loads of feet.
But if you're into sploshing and feet, that could be an interesting website.
Yeah. Oh, but I
With
wouldn't mix
yogurt,
food and
feet into yogurt or whipped cream.
yeah. Okay, there's another one there. Okay, so the medical examination one I was quite intrigued about. I mean, they use all kinds of tools, and it's also apparently a very soothing thing. Oh, Hoddy Dave's here. He says, I may have a face fetish. Okay, we'll get into that.
Should I do this?
So the medical one is where they literally have like your little doctor set, but it's also other tools, and they use the other tools to stimulate body parts. Yeah. So, and then they also have like suits that they wear, latex suits, latex nurse outfits, and easy access. And also with the vacuuming one, they also wear latex suits that also have zips and things that also make those parts more accessible. Very interesting stuff.
A human blow-up doll. Yeah.
Yeah, and bondage is a big one. Being tied up.
Yeah, that's a bit 50 Shades of Grey-ish. I've only seen the first one, and I was, yeah, not for me. Yeah.
So I wouldn't like to be, but apparently Velcro. If you want to be tied up, use Velcro. It's not so bad rather than not, because we've all heard the 911 story where the guy's been left hanging, literally.
Or
Who's had a heart attack?
What a load of crap.
Yeah, or yeah, cake. Judgment-free zone, Trace. Judgment-free zone.
Yeah, sorry, I did judge there, but that's a really bad program on TLC. Don't watch it.
So welcome to the couple. Another thing that we learned about Sexpo. I went to Sexpo. When was it? 2 years on crutches, and we met this. She was a lady from one of the dances. You know, what was it called? The flare dances with the feathers and all the little stars and the tassels, and that was such fun.
Oh, like
And
one of those what's the Brazilian fierce?
Think of a.
What's
It's
that
like
thing?
not a Brazilian. Yes, like Mardi Gras, like
Yeah,
the
Mardi
Mardi
Gras,
Gras thing,
in
but
Brazil.
a French thing. I think it's French affair or Frenchy affair. I did message her. She said she'd come on the show, but it's just been crazy. Oh, I wish I didn't have to work during the day. I swear I would devote all my time to this. Yes. So, So where was I? I was talking about the feathers, the sexiness, the bondage, outfits. And also toys. Like I think South Africans are getting comfortable with toys lately.
Yeah, I think online shopping helped a lot with that.
Yes.
I think actually going into an adult world and asking for cufflinks or whatever size dildo you want, I think that was a bit daunting for a lot of women, especially.
Yeah.
So I think the online shopping thing made it less smutty. I don't know. I think it made it a bit more accessible.
And private and sort of not so in your face. And there's also been a huge change in the way dildos, not all dildos look like big rubber penises anymore. You know, they sort of more ergodynamically
ergodynamically designed for your pleasure.
Yes, so Heidi Da says, what lips and eyes, ears, oh my. That sounds like a Heffalump song.
That's all good.
Brandon, I had a boring childhood apparently. No, that wasn't Brandon. That was Sam Koza. Okay, those comments, I'm just going back. By the way, if you're new here and you'd like to, you can subscribe. That would be awesome if you find this entertaining, because that's what it's all about. There's also the P one. We've all heard about like golden showers and stuff.
Oh,
so apparently, no. But apparently that's moved on to peeing in places that are in public, but like nearly getting caught peeing in places that you wouldn't normally urinate in, like a bush or the side of the road.
Okay.
But that's also apparently one.
Yeah, we had a slasher on our beach a while ago. He was at the one dune. That was his spot. He was roaming there for about 20 years, and he used to really get his rocks off by just flashing someone and getting the reaction. But now apparently he's moved into town. He is I'm from Somerset West, so it's a small place, and he's moved to between some of the old age homes and the parking lots, and I don't know, a reaction from doing this. I don't know. I need help with that one.
There's obviously like a surprise. Aim to Mimi says she has a face nudity fetish. Listen, I think after a year of wearing masks, I think we all have a face nudity fetish.
Yeah.
Catching the meaning. Yeah, gatvol, man. Gatvol.
It gets hot, eh?
Yeah. And at least it's winter now, so it's not. Hello, Eric Knowles. Is cold hands a fetish? In terms of what, looking for someone, or what, making your hands cold? Give a bit of context there. I'm not sure. Listen, I'm no specialist.
Looking for someone with cold hands?
Or making your own hands cold? We know, I mean, Amy and I have discussed when you sit on your hands. I know in one of her streams at Aim to Be Me podcast, you can literally sit on your hands and then they go numb, and then you like masturbate, and then it feels like someone else is doing it, not you.
Yeah, there's a joke where
dead hands.
You actually, when you're been alone for a while, you sit on your left hand, because if you're right-handed, your left hand is a little bit dumber or a bit slower than your strong hand.
Right.
And if you do have a masturbation session, then it really doesn't feel like your own.
Okay.
Yeah, my left side is a bit really dumb, so I don't even have to lie on it, because sometimes I think I had a stroke and my left side has been compromised. Yeah, but I've never tried that.
You're too healthy and too busy to have a stroke.
A glass of wine, okay.
Okay, so we've gone through toys, unusual outfits, hair, golden showers, food. God, remember that movie 9.5 Weeks? Or remember that movie as well, Cocoon, about those two young kids that get stranded on an island? Was it
Cocoon? Blue Lagoon?
Oh, wait, Blue Lagoon. But wasn't Cocoon also like Blue Lagoon. But
Brooke Shields, that was her big movie.
Shields.
Yes, Brooke Shields. Blue Lagoon.
Yes, and that was like our first porn ever.
Soft porn. Yeah, I remember that movie. Also, there's also a show on even nudity could be a fetish. In nudist colonies where people can just
let it all hang out.
Be in the raw. Yeah, that's another fascinating thing. Nudists.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to sit on a chair where someone has just, had a really hot lunch in the sun. That chair, you take it with you, man.
Oh, good.
The AIDS in me comes out again. It's like, oh no. Yeah.
And what was also interesting about these medical examinations was that a lot of people get turned on by amputees. And amputeeism is also like a thing for fetishes, where other people touch them and put things on them and tie them up. And that's another one. That's another fascinating one that I wasn't aware of. So, yeah.
What happened in that childhood? That's all.
No judgment, Tracey. This is a judgment-free zone.
I'm concerned. There's no judgment. This is pure. I'm concerned. The mother in me comes out.
Maybe I think some people find a naked limb like that or a missing limb sexy. Maybe. And there are also people who only like people who are either deaf or blind or are quadriplegic, paraplegic.
You can also find someone who is really sexually aroused by someone who is morbidly obese. That you find Well,
Yeah. I actually had a Tinder date once where a guy wasn't interested, and it suited me, but it didn't work out, thank God. But he liked the fact that I was a bit heavier. He didn't like that I was, size 8. So I was like, okay, well, that's a plus. Size, ha ha. Oh.
yeah, it's
No, teasing.
interesting.
And then
I can't
another
say
one
elke
obviously
pote verdichtsel, no?
is the Dominique, no, say it, the dominatrix, and the whole sadist masochism punishment thing.
Yeah.
And a famous one, I'm sure you can look her up, or him. I actually don't know what it presents as a female, but I actually don't. Well, we'll call it an it. Is mistress? Well, as a female, a mistress. Demetina. Yeah, Demetina. Oh yes, Mountain Goats just said something. Feeders.
Yes, they love the controlling of someone who cannot help themselves, but they just want to feed them all the time. That's a fascinating one as well. They know they're sending this person to an early grave, but they just can't help themselves. I think it's the whole thing of I am helping someone and I am enabling in a way. I don't know. It's a fascinating situation.
Yeah, we need to get your friend on who's the psychologist to maybe
Oh my goodness,
explain.
yeah. I'm sorry she couldn't join us tonight.
No, it's fine. So, and then there's also with this, so she talks about this mistress Demetina talks about muscle worship, and she does a lot of like, what's it, masochism, where she tortures someone, and not for like an hour, like she'll tie them up with chains. Okay, I don't want to scare our viewers. It gets a bit graphic, so you can look it up on yourselves. I don't want to, this is like just an R-rated show. I think it's not for like too much, but yeah, and she leaves them there for 5 hours, and once they literally numb, then she will give them pleasure.
Wow. That's so, of the movie 7.
So in the comments, which one would you choose? Hypothetically, no judgment. I do the medical examination.
I'm just scared.
I don't know. I like hair. So, but I don't know if it turns me on. Like, I don't know.
That's more ASMR. ASMR is where someone talks, or when they eat an apple, or when they whisper stuff to you. That whole ASMR movement where people would record in really high definition certain sounds. Also, another fascinating bit, is that a fetish, or is that just something that just really turns you on? I don't know. ASMRs.
I think I definitely want to go down this rabbit hole more. I don't know if DG's, I don't know what I'd like to do. I love dressing up. I love the sort of the sense of you can be anyone.
Role play, yeah?
Role play. That's fun. Oh yes, speaking of role play, there's also something called paganism or pagana sex, where you delve into like pagan sex and rituals, and also they use a lot of like what would be magic. So they use candles and fire, and also a bit of bondage, and they like
wax stripping, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, wax stripping, fire, so there's all of that, and exploring like how people had sex, and also the whole dressing up thing of being in the medieval ages. So yeah, no, it's all very, very fascinating.
It is fascinating. I find fetishes really fascinating, but I think delving into where how they got there, what triggered when they realized, oh, this is what I like, this arouses me in a different level. I think that could be quite interesting.
So I see there's fetishes can also lead to darker fetishes. Anthropophagy. I don't know if I've said that right. Anthropophagy. Does someone want to look it up? Amy, do you want to look that word up? Hello, Natasha Sari. Yes. Welcome. And yeah, so anthropophagy. Ooh, that sounds very Sounds very like asexual. I don't know. And then there's also that where someone decides they're not having any contact sexually with people, but I suppose that's also a different topic where people just don't engage in sexual acts at all.
Mind sex, or just a deeper sense of being where you don't need that physical contact to be aroused.
Yeah, like tantric sex, like
Tantric, yeah.
Yeah, that would actually be very cool. You'd have to look. I have no patience, but but
Do you drive fast? Are we delving here?
yes, I do. Yeah, and in Pretoria, you've got all the diplomats, and I've been with certain diplomats. They literally wait. Amy looked it up. Hold on. Where is it now? Is it anthropophagy, the eating of human flesh by human beings? Ach, nee, man.
I'm vegetarian, by the way.
Oh, no, that's like shit you find on the dark web.
No, that's like Franz Fritzl
Cannibalism.
stuff. No, did Franz Fritzl just kept his daughters behind, locked up?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer ate his.
Yes, he was a cannibalism.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I think
that's a different show.
But yeah, that's actually, we could do a show on that. Like what childhood trauma would that get you into? Like
usually the mothers are involved. I don't know.
Yeah.
All these serial killers, they always have a middle name, and their mothers are involved.
I think I saw something about the star signs, about that they're either always Virgo or Gemini.
Oh God.
Even Taurus. I don't know. But yeah. Oh yeah, I see we're talking. There's a Frozen. Just refresh. Some Koza. Just refresh. Just refresh the stream. But yeah, so okay, I think we've pretty much beaten that thing to death. I don't know. Is there anything anyone else wants to
scratch the surface, Ruth? I think there is just, to us lay, almost regular folks, said sensitively, we've hardly scratched the surface on this.
I know.
There's just so much that we hardly know about. Comment, please. What kind of fetishes do you know about? I don't know. Enlighten us
on all of them.
Indulge us, enlighten us.
Like Natasha said, like about some of, I didn't even come up with that. I didn't even know. See, I actually should have explored the dark web on this. Yes, each topic could be a show on its own. Mountain goat, for sure. It probably could, or at least a good 15 minutes of it, of each topic. But I think it is important.
There's a pony guy again. Yeah. Nay, bro.
No. Oh, TG's playing with his buttons again. Yes. Yeah, I think TG's got a fetish with buttons. Yes, he likes pressing. Like, that's another one, guys. Like, guys who love technology and must have...
Gadget boys.
Gadget boys. Or gadget girls. Or like people who love cooking. But what line does it become like obsessive, like a fetish? Listen, that is just
totally... got to do it on a regular basis.
I like his outfit with the big fishnet stockings.
Is he into ponies, or is he more into a bit of the whip thing? I don't know. Yeah,
it's bizarre. Check the boobies bouncing there.
Look, they're having fun. Look at them. Yeah, I love the boots. Killer.
TG says he'll be the horse. Okay. Yes, you'll have to pull the cart. You'll have to be submissive, because I think TG hates feeling like he's being told what to do. He has seriously a control issue. Like, if I recommend something to him, he like says, Tracey, you're right.
It's just so hard not to judge that. The dog is there.
I mean, that's 10 out of 10 for imagine if there was a fetish cosplay. That would be exciting. And look at that, he made the jump. Woohoo! He made the jump. I think it looks a bit like me with a big hat on. It's not me. So I think it would be a good lesson for TJ. How to punish your man. I'm going to dress you up as a pony and you will listen. You will listen. In fact, that's, I think, my next. But he doesn't like being hit. So we're not that I've really hit him before, but he, doesn't believe in hitting, doesn't. But yes, having fun. That's what Stanati B says. A horse must be ridden. Cosplay is a fetish. Okay, sure. Maybe I've got a cosplay fetish then. I just wish I was a size freaking 10 so I could get into all the latex and all the outfits. Yeah. The brew. Hello, brew. Yeah. No, and yeah, I think sexual freedom is also an expression of the self. I think that's
it's empowering, it's liberating, it's at your most fragile but most powerful as well. I think in that moment, yeah, it's really liberating, knowing what you want and eventually getting what you want without anybody getting hurt safely.
I think a huge thing is this, and your mind has to be in the right space. You need to, I think, also, just like we need to pump ourselves up by saying positive affirmations to ourselves, because so often we put ourselves down. And I say this to my friends, like my friends go, or someone will go, I'm such an idiot. I'm like, don't say that, because your ears don't know that your brain is still listening. Your mind, you need to be conscious of what you say, and in the same instant you need to tell yourself in the bedroom, I'm sexy, or my partner loves me, this is a safe space. Too often we let our bad and negative thoughts interfere in the bedroom. Don't let negative thoughts into the bedroom. Don't.
No, because negativity makes you tense up, and then that's the end of it pretty much then. That's when love starts to hurt. That's what I say.
Amen. Yes. So yeah. Bruce says the most important thing is being able to be comfortable enough to tell your partner your deepest, darkest wants, and they are comfortable with that.
Yeah. And that's where a lot of trust comes in. And if they don't like it, that's okay as well. You'll work it out.
Yeah, there's always compromise. Compromise is a huge one.
Compromise is a big one.
So again, TG's insisting I do this. See, he's such a controlling partner. Wait, I'm gonna get my leather whip. Wait,
that's his thing, hey? Be careful.
Just you wait.
Keep an eye on him.
I must say subscribe and like. So yeah, so that's done. Okay, that's out the way now. Phew. Okay, done. Are you happy now? Okay, good. Alrighty, but yeah, I think this has been a lovely discussion. I've learned a little bit. And yeah, people are too scared in the comments to say what they would choose. I don't care. Let's try this again. All right, people, choose one that you think you could get into. Yes, or maybe it should be a yes/no question. Okay, would you try cosplay, perhaps? Dressing up in the bedroom, yes or no?
Yeah.
Go. Would you?
I wouldn't know what outfit to take.
You got such an amazing figure. You could dress as Catwoman, or you could how's that? That outfit was spectacular with Michelle Pfeiffer and her.
I could do the whip thing. I would probably get it stuck on the ceiling fan, and that'd be hysterical.
And it takes it with you. Can you spin around the room? Woo, woo, woo.
I'm thinking Gremlins 1, the movie where, I can, Yes,
I haven't thought about those. I remember going to see those in some cinema where it was hectic. And we watched them when we were so young and
impressionable.
Yeah.
And what else is there?
There's probably a lot more. Probably a lot
What else
more.
could a fetish
But
be?
like that friend said, I don't know if it was the watching of the animals. For me, it would be more the watching. I think the voyeurism for me would be better. But they get turned on by the sound of animals.
Have you
Like
ever
I can
heard
make whale sounds and like ocean sounds?
have you ever heard tortoises mating?
What?
Tortoises, yeah.
No.
It's a full-on grunt session. It's like it's
And what is that, is Steve?
Steve. He's
Yeah,
yeah.
I heard Hardy does not making their normal. I heard them actually making like a, yeah, like, because my boss feeds them, and we've got like metal work on the entranceway, and they sit there, and they were going cook, 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 sort of like what penguins make.
Oh
But it was
wow.
definitely interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you can't be boring. You have to think out. Maybe watch a couple of YouTube videos, or go into like some naughty. Or what about even having sex in public places?
That's more a thrill, I think, than a fetish.
Yeah.
The thrill of getting caught, Mile High Club, we've all heard about that. I think that's more the thrill and excitement and getting the adrenaline going. I don't think that's a fetish.
No, unless that is your fetish, unless you want to have sex in public places all the time and that's your thing.
Yeah, and unless you want to have indecent public exposure on your criminal record kind of thing. That's explain that, getting a job in the
only we were still living 20 years ago when there were no cameras everywhere, and there was no, because I'm sure they put cameras in change rooms. I know they say it's illegal, but I'm telling you now.
Apparently at one stage there were two-way mirrors.
Listen, anyone who sees me will just get a grootskrik. But and I actually cucked on, I went into Truers, I think, and their mirrors are horrendous. Their mirrors show everything. And I'm like, listen, you want me to buy the clothes? Don't show me everything in the outfit. Just show me that it looks nice on me, and I'll buy it.
Soft light.
Glow
light.
I don't need to see all my bumps and clumps and marks and scars and
online shopping is so much better.
Public places for sure. Yeah, that's what Sam Koza says. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I don't even know if there is a right way to say that name.
Sam Koza.
Sam Koza. That sounds like racial ghoul.
Okay, then there's also the fetish where you become someone's pet, where you've got a leash around your neck, you become someone's dog, someone's cat, usually someone's puppy.
Isn't that like fur? What was the beginning comment? Furries. Yeah, there was. I think it looked like furries. I think that's furries or Furbies. Furries.
Furbies.
Furries. Yeah.
Furbies are collectible software. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay, furries.
I don't know.
Furries.
I've got boys. I don't know what these things are.
Well, we're heading to nearly an hour. So I hope everyone's enjoyed and everyone's had a good laugh for a Thursday. And I have an awesome long weekend. Are we done, Trace? Hey?
I'm good if you are.
Yes.
I need more wine. Look.
Okay. Yes. Oh, look what I'm drinking tonight. I'm having a Bloody Mary.
Cheers.
Yeah. So, we're all done and have an amazing long weekend. And if you have to work on Monday, I feel you. I know my boss would love it if I was working on Monday, but I caught that one and the thing. But guys, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Cheers, DTFN.
Bye.
Stay on.